Hello, my name is Kaleb, and I did an interview on Martise Troop. So a little bit about Martise Troop. He's the athletic director of North Carolina High School, and he's been there for about over a decade now. And he got in the industry because he's always had a need to help kids since he said his family has been around a whole bunch of teachers, so he just always had that knack about teaching and learning. So the key points that I took from while I interviewed Mr. True was to always research your information ahead of time because you never know when if you have to step up for somebody else or if that person might need help in a different area or position that you're not comfortable with. So you should always be ready to do whatever it is, and no matter what the time is, and with no excuses. Another main point that I took from him was that time management is detrimental, especially in the sports industry, because time is money, literally, when it comes to that. Because you have things that it's like a scheduled program, since everything is moving so fast. So you have to keep things moving. And if you don't get things done in time, then that can mess up everything else that's going on around you or that's happening in the future. And also, socializing and making connections are very beneficial when it comes to being an athletic director because you're traveling at a good amount of time because you're going from school to school, you're playing in different conferences, or you're just playing many different teams around the country basically because you never know if you might meet somebody along that journey or someone else like just might come up to you. Y'all might share something similar, and in the future you might be able to come back to them if you need something that relates to whatever it is. And that's why socializing can help in the long run also. So one of the most important lessons I took from it was to always be yourself and always remain authentic because as long as you're being yourself and remaining authentic, it can go a long way because you might be different from all the others and it might separate you from being from the top or just being the same casual person in the sports industry who just goes through the motion and just don't want to be there. You should always want to do your job and love doing your job and always keep a smiling or anything like that. And I said one of my favorite lessons was to always hold yourself and others accountable because if you don't practice that early or get in the habit of realizing like, okay, I made this mistake or just move on from this or telling somebody the right thing to do and not like questioning about it, then that could take you a long way because accountability is very important. And if you don't hold yourself accountable, then you might create a bad habit that you don't want to have for a long time. And the last important lesson I learned was to always keep trying to learn new things, such as like keep growing and trying to get better at your craft, and always keep trying to gain knowledge as your position because you can always learn something new every day, as they say. And there's never something you can't learn. Always take whatever somebody tries. Always take whatever advice somebody tries to give you and just run with it and try to add it to your craft, no matter what it is. What I would change or do differently is probably change the scenery of where I did my video because it was a pretty noisy area, but it was the best we could do since he's like a athletic artist, so he just had to find a time and space to do, and I don't mind that. And I would probably project my voice louder since it was noisy. I was asking the questions clearly, but you can probably hear the background noises, so that'll probably be hard.